Did you know there was a man who once possessed everything? He abandoned a dazzling throne, the embrace of a beautiful wife, the innocent laughter of his child, along with all the power and ultimate glory that the entire world yearned for. He wasn't seeking a new empire. He wasn't aiming to conquer distant lands. He gave up everything simply to find a truth, not a truth out there in ancient books or divine sermons, but the truth lying deep within himself. And the most profound aspect is, he didn't establish a religion. He didn't demand that you worship any deity. He didn't preach any rigid dogma. He spoke only one thing, an eternal message echoing through all ages: be a lamp unto yourselves. His name was Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha, Shakyamuni. And he was one of the greatest masters, a lighthouse illuminating the path of self-realization that humanity has ever known. His teachings aren't for you to follow, but for you to discover for yourself. Delving into the philosophy of enlightenment, unveiling the illusion of existence. 1. The origin of all suffering, the illusion of self that imprisons you. The Buddha taught, attachment to self is the root of endless rebirth. It is the very chain that binds you in an infinite cycle of suffering. Have you ever wondered why we suffer? It's not because the external world has treated you poorly, nor because of fate or destiny. It's because of the self, that tiny egoistic self, constantly demanding and reacting. I was offended. I am not recognized. I must succeed to prove my worth. I am a victim of circumstances. I want, I need, I must have. But this I, this ego that you desperately cling to, that you protect at all costs, is in reality just a subtle illusion. It is woven from fragile threads of memory, fleeting emotions, fragmented thoughts, and misguided expectations. It is not real. It's a shadow, a distorted reflection you've accepted as yourself. And only when you are brave enough to see through that veil of illusion will you touch true freedom, a liberation from the cycle of fear and ambition. 2. Self-realization, the journey to awaken the inner observer. The Buddha never asked you to believe anything blindly. He didn't demand that you have faith in a god or a dogma. He said only one thing: observe. The foolish seek God outside, in temples, in scriptures. The wise turn within to contemplate their inner being, where God truly resides. When anger arises in your mind, burning like fire, you know it, you see it clearly. When delusion arises, clinging to desires, you recognize it emerging. When your mind is turbulent, restless like ocean waves, you are there, like a steadfast lighthouse, calmly observing. That is meditation, not merely sitting still, closing your eyes, and emptying your mind. It is living mindfully in every moment, a complete presence, without judgment, without clinging. It is the art of becoming the observer, not the one swept away by the currents of the mind. 3. Nirvana is not a place, but the absolute state of mind. People often think of nirvana as a distant paradise, a realm after death. But the Buddha taught, nirvana is when the mind no longer wavers. It is when all storms have subsided, leaving only absolute stillness. When you no longer cling to anything, to success or failure, gain or loss, praise or blame. When you no longer resist what is happening, when you no longer identify yourself with fleeting thoughts and emotions, you return to your true self, to your original, purest essence. No self to protect, no anger to contend with, no delusion to cling to. Only serene clarity, like a still morning lake, without a ripple, perfectly reflecting the sky of truth. That is the light that has always existed within you, the light of wisdom, of unconditional love. But it has been obscured by the thick mist of ignorance that you yourself have created. Nirvana is not far away. It is not a destination. It is right here, right now, when you awaken from the dream of self, when you realize the truth about yourself. The Buddha never asked you to worship him. He doesn't need your adoration. He is merely the guide, the one who bravely walked ahead and left footprints for you. The one who walks that path is you. No one can attain enlightenment for you. No one can save you from the outside because you were never truly lost. But if you dare to turn inward, to look deeply into your own being, without escaping fears, without clinging to illusions, you will see the light he once saw, the light of truth, of wisdom, of boundless love. That light is shining brightly within you right now. If this video made you think deeper, made you pause for a moment amidst life's swirling currents, like, subscribe, and share it. Not to glorify a man who has passed, but to awaken something that has been dormant within you. Because enlightenment is not for special people, for saints. Enlightenment is for anyone who dares to look within themselves, dares to face the truth, and dares to light their own torch of wisdom. Are you ready?